Hello. The game has started and it's my opponent to go first. I have a few clunky consonants on the rack and I'll be looking to get rid of V and W at least. Possibly the V and the B. I don't mind the W too much with the T. But, okay, opponents played geoid. I've got viewed, and that gets rid of the V and the W. But before I play that, I just want to see if there's a 4-timer. Be due, no. What about wived? Wived, keeping one of the E's back. Yeah, I'll go with this. No, good thing I kept the one E back. Look at this rack. Very inflexible. Tref. Tref for 33. Not good. I draw more consonants. And not much flexibility with this rack either. Axeman is good through an A, but there are no vowels to work with on this board currently. Mag, bag, 25, slightly better than changing with that rack leaf. Okay, opponent has played Heber, which takes a T front hook, but I think Bam looks okay. 27. I have created a hotspot at 2B, and this pickup was pretty horrid. So, not a good flow at the moment. Opponent has bingoed, and yeah, I have pung for 35. Finally some vowels. I feel like I can draw oxygen again. Opie is good. Room. Opponent scores 67 with the Z, and takes a 100-point lead. So a bit of catching up to do here. Tory, 33. I draw the Q. Not seeing a great Q spot. I have Quinn and As on, and Quinn and on. I don't want to leave the Q next to M3. That'll just give too easy a score, comeback score. I have nothing to go after OR, unfortunately. What about an N play? Nothing. So maybe Quinn. Guchin. But UD no good. GUQIN would have been a nice one. Quid face value? Nah. Niqab? Nope. Quid? Nope. Takes a E front hook. Quip is good. So maybe... yeah, maybe it's worth playing a little bit more volatile. Quip takes an E. Opponent's got all sorts of comeback scores after that. I don't like it. The score is decent, but just gives back way too much opportunity. Wow, opponent bingos again. So, yeah. XI 38. How best to play the Q? Opponent has a 110-point lead. Actually, 111-point lead. Quap is good, but I don't see where that would... it does actually play top right, but super volatile. 45. I might actually do that, just to introduce a little bit of danger to the game, because I'm trailing as it is. Opponent's play of Tig hasn't helped me, so I'll go with Quap for 45. Terrible pickup. Absolutely shocking. I might well change here. There's not much to do. Yeah, if I keep ST blank, I could well be bingoing. Tipped is good, but nah, can't see anything decent enough to change my mind about exchanging. I mean, almost have Sanctum if the C was a jar. Okay. Exchange, keep S. How many N's to come? 2. I think I'll keep ST blank. Exchange, okay. That's pretty good. Tippy and enforced. 82. What about a bingo beginning with an S? Enforced and Tigs. Okay, I'm going with enforced. And that's not a bad pickup. I'm still a bingo behind. Doven. Advene. 28. Saki. 32. Gak. In. Videos plus a D. Devoid doesn't take an S, I don't think. Bodies is good, but Azos isn't. Eans is, I think. Wow, bodies would be great. 93 points. What are the chances of that staying available? Opponent's changed. Bodies comes down and I take the lead. But look at the remaining tiles. Opponent's almost certain to bingo. And especially if he's not holding the W or the C, he's almost certain to bingo. Now, as Zon, he can end a bingo on an N but not an S. I wonder what the best way to block a bingo would be. Wonder about playing my C somewhere. What about queued? That makes it pretty hard. Not many bingos favour the U at the end of the word, unless it's an OUS ending word. The E is out of sight, out of mind. Well, it's unusable for bingos because of the V. So IC ending bingos are not going to happen. Well, opponent could use the blank. Wow, what an interesting end game. Opponent plays off the C. Wow, so what to do? Do I play? There are only 2 tiles in the bag. What to do here? How do I limit what opponent can do? Now the G, if he's holding the W, that'll be good. Bingos could end in N. Wow, this is an interesting end game. I think queued is not a bad option. I just have to ensure opponent is not bingoing and then I can win. Outrun him. I just wonder if he's going to bingo from the G down. I don't think the C or the U help his bingo prospects. I'm going with this. So now we can see what opponent's final tiles are. Answer plus a blank. Wow. Just 2 minutes left on opponent's clock. Will he find a bingo? Warn. Yeah, just not sure if there's the U can help. I had to assume that opponent might have a bingo ending in an N, and I don't know if he would have had one. Now, putting my opponent's rack one side, what can I do? Opponent's got so for, wow, he's level. Pretty much. He's 2 points ahead, so I need to score big time. So what about lame? That's pretty lame. 20 points. Feel like I can do better than that. Especially if opponent goes out there with 12, 16. Might be enough. Can I score more than 20? Again for elm, but that only gets rid of 3 tiles. What about this G? Can't get value off the Z. The G's my best bet, I think. Gamote. Is it gemote? I think it's gemote. Gamote. No, it's gemote, I think. So, wow. Mid. What about meal? 19, it's less. And I just cannot see an outplay with that U. What about an oid word? Metalloid. Wow, could that be good? No. I think I was convincing myself it might be, but no. I think lame is the best I can see. So if opponent has a score of about 18, he wins, which I think he would have. What about Mattel? No, Mallet. No, Mattel. No, there's nothing like that. game it is. Let's see what opponent has. I have an 18-point lead. So opponent needs 14 to draw, 15 to win. Can he score 15 points? I think he can from this G. Any 5-letter play from that G scores 15 points, provided that the A is placed at 9D. Yeah, I think he wins. So what would it look like? Garon. Wow, what a close game. 20 seconds to go. Renal. Wow, 469 to 471. Let's see what we missed. Wow, that was close. And back to the beginning. So, our opponent had geoid for 18. It looks fine. Wonder why glowed is simming better with an EI leave. Slightly better. Maybe because it doesn't leave a vowel next to the Glode. Yeah, I think that's why. Geoid comes down. Wived looks fine for 24. Then hill for 24. Hell yeah. Much of a muchness. Treff for 33. Simming best. Birth for 30. Heber for 24. Similar equities. And now, still Val dry. Bam for 27 looks fine. Lunia comes down for 86. Playable in 2 positions. And opponent takes a bingo's lead. Then Pung for 35 was best from this position. Opponent has Z with a whole bunch of vowels, which is a beautiful sight for him. And look at that rack leaf, pretty good as well. A little bit vowel heavy, but not bad. Azo comes down for a massive 67, and now I'm 100 behind. Tory for 33, keeping IPX, but picks at L4. Picks there. Okay, I'm surprised I didn't consider that. Yeah. No, picks definitely better. Retin-A comes down, playable in 2 positions. And now opponent's got a massive 150-point lead. Quins for 44 onto ZE. That's quite nice, actually. Getting the Q tripled. And look at that score. XI for 38. Yeah, Quins was the play. But I did take out 2 useful floaters there. Newsy for 33. Opponent goes with Tig. Now I've got the Q. This was that volatile play top right. 45 points. And opponent had, well, he had is for 41 in the top right. Surprised he didn't go with that one. Few other options there, just QI keeping the S, 33. He went with jar, and now shim for 18. That's actually not bad. Ifs and shim, because it's okay having two C's. They not terrible together. Yeah, I like that. Shim for 18. Slightly better than changing. I did exchange, and then opponent's got Gorky for 35, is for 41 again. He just goes for the chi play for 33. Now enforced, but Sunfast 87. Sunfast 82. Transposing the S as the blank. So enforced and fustian. Where did fustian play? 04. No, 12D, sorry. Fustian and Azon. Wow, that's nice. But enforced did actually take out a hotspot, so I like that. And as it happens, opponent had the S. Even without a bingo, he would have scored quite well there. So Gorky on offer for 35. He goes with Saki for 32. And then Ian for 33. I'm like 90 points behind here. And Ian comes down. Now opponent's got a bit of a horror show. And he exchanges. And that gives me the Voddy's play. The only bingo playable in one spot, so luckily that couldn't really be blocked by opponent, and that gave me a bit of a lead. Now opponent's got a dream rack, but does he have a bingo? Yes. Corson, Saracen, those were the two that end in N, making Azon, and 81 would have put him on 490. Yeah, I would have been buried after that one, I'd say, because there were no bingos from this rack, I don't think. Emo. Now, this was a crucial point in the game because I needed to block any possible bingo opponent could muster, and there were some pretty flexible tiles here at the end. So I went with Q'd, even though it was a lower score. But let's see N6. Emo there. No, definitely don't like it, because if opponent bingos ending in an N, I'm finished. So Q'd comes down. So for 33 was best. So good that opponent spotted that. And then he had an outplay later. Let's see what he had. Now, lame for 20, but Matlow at I1. Matlow, it's one fewer point, but only -1 on countback, whereas this is -2. It's actually a 2-point swing, so it's better to. Lame was 20 -2 is 18. Yeah, so it's the same in net effect, but when you add it on to the opponent's score, so it's 2 off my score and 2 onto his. So a 2-point difference. So lame was fine, but then let's see if opponent had a winning play. No, he didn't. The highest was Garney at D8. Garney 13 would have been 466 plus 2, 468 minus 2, 469. Would have been a 1-point win for me if opponent spotted the highest scoring play. So that was the end of the game. A few misses there. Very exciting, close finish. Hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.